Welcome back mga kaibigan! Good afternoon! Andito na naman tayo ngayon sa laban sa pagitan ng team Meedo GHub versus team ng Warga's Rage. Sa lahat ng mga ka-tune in pa lang, you're watching the Pro Gaming Series 2014 tiebreaker match between team Warga's Rage versus team ng Meedo GHub para sa ating season split, summer season, this coming April 26.
Yes, and if ever you missed the first game, actually it was team Meedo GHub who picked up the first win, leading the series. We're now into the picking and banning phase of the game. On the blue side, we have the Meedo GHub, while on the purple side, we will have Warga's Rage. Alright, so we're gonna go on.
Kaibigan, second game. Ngayong araw na ito, kanina nagkaroon ng 1-0 score, 34 score in total. I mean, almost 37 score in total between team Meedo GHub versus team ng Warga's Rage. So far ngayon, Warga's Rage have to win this game para naman sila ang manalo ngayon. And at least magkaroon tayo ng isa pang match sa best of 3 match ngayong araw na to.
That's right. Alright, so looking at the bans, Meedo GHub decided to ban out Kha'Zix and Syndra so far. Warga's having to ban out Rankton. In the first game, they got crushed by the Rankton. And they don't want to deal with that again. This time also, they also banning
actually, for the last ban, I'm thinking na si Orianna yung last ban nila dito.
Possibly.
There's a high possibility.
Orianna was the highest KDA in the previous game of Meedo GHub side.
Siguro kung titignan natin yung kanilang damage dealt na nangyari sa graph natin kanina sa matches nila, I think Orianna or Sharks would have the highest damage dealt against the members of the Warga's Rage dito.
Definitely, he had double digits in kills and I think also assists as well, and had 0 deaths if I'm not mistaken. So
yes, my bigyan, instead of banning Orianna, they got LeBlanc para sa kanila. They banned LeBlanc dito for the last ban. Morgana on the other hand for team ng Meedo GHub dito. Morgana is a champion na sobrang effective, especially against any champion dito. Any disabled champion, like champion na katulad ni LeBlanc na merong disabled dito, the silence, also yung rocket grab, yung death sentence, kung saan possible na counter yung mga champion dito, mga kaibigan.
Yes, lock in the Timo please. We want to see Timo.
Let's see if possible na nila si Timo dito.
No, it's not.
They got Wukong instead.
Yes, alright.
Sugoi is trolling this game, mga kaibigan.
Sugoi was about to steal, did steal rather, the Wukong that was used a while ago by Warga's Rage a while ago. Looks like since his Vi was banned out, he decided to take away the jungle champion used a while ago by Warga's, and I feel like he will be of course Jaja will probably show Warga's how to use the Wukong in the jungle. Of course, Wukong, like we said, pretty weak ganking at 1 to 5. He can only rely on his red buff pre-6, and once he hits 6, then Cyclone can be very effective in the ganks and team fights.
Alam mo, Jay, having Wukong para sa lineup of team Meedo GHub, they are aware na nag-fail kanina si Tufo, having the champion to dominate the laning phase against the members of Meedo GHub. And this time, they will try their best to make sure na Wukong won't be left behind sa laban na to. Hindi siya dapat maiwan sa farm, hindi siya dapat mag-fail nung kanyang mga ganks na gagawin niya against the members of Warga's Rage, especially Wukong is a champion na very viable. Possible siya gawing top, possible na gawing jungle dito.
That's right. So Warga's Rage picking up 2 global champs right now. Of course, Shen is the only it's the only champ right now in League of Legends that has full global range, while Pantheon has a partial global range, which is Grand Skyfall. So we can expect a lot of action coming from Warga's, especially in the team fights where they'll be able to respond really quickly from the top lane and the jungle. Now,
they pick up Lulu para sa kanilang champion dito, and most probably this champion na gagamitin ni Sharks for the mid lane. Lulu is a champion na kung saan kanina nakita naman natin yung kanyang effectiveness. Unfortunately, against Orianna, sobrang na-counter siya dito. Hall of Fame getting that Orianna para counterin siguro ito sa mid lane si Sharks having Lulu. But
yes,
he switched to Ziggs instead.
That's right. So Ziggs, of course, it's been a while since we see Ziggs, but Ziggs has been a very popular pick, very strong mid laner, lots of poke damage coming from the Ziggs, even at the early level. So of course, as long as Sharks is able to avoid those bombs of coming from Ziggs, he should have no problem there. But if Hall of Fame is able to do a lot of damage to Lulu at the early level, the shields coming from Sharks may not be enough when it comes to the later part of the game.
Ating mga kaibigan, for the lineup of team Warga's Rage, they have Shen, Pantheon, Ziggs, and possibly Lucian for the AD carry dito, kung saan kanina ito ang ginamit ng team Meedo GHub against their team. I think it was a Caitlyn pick for their for Team Warga's Rage dito kanina sa laban nila. This time, they have Wukong, Graves, Lulu, and then the two set of their champions, mga kaibigan. They're trying to pre-pick a Vel'Koz. And
this would be interesting.
An Urgot.
And Urgot. So, I feel like they might be trolling us right now.
It's medyo unusual. Sobrang unusual.
Champions that have not seen much competitive, or actually no competitive play at all yet so far. We haven't seen Vel'Koz yet this season, and Urgot also this season hasn't been picked up yet, if I'm not mistaken, by any GPL or PGS team so far. So it'll be really interesting to see if they lock in the Vel'Koz. Vel'Koz actually has a lot of potential if ever they do go with the Vel'Koz, but I really don't think they're gonna stick with that picks. As you can see here, they decided to change around to Nasus and Nidalee. Yes, they do lock that in. Sounds more reasonable. Looks like we might even see a Lulu mid or a Lulu
actually,
jungle.
Lulu will go to the support role most probably, because having this kind of lineup, mga kaibigan, I think Meedo GHub baited this champion na isipin ng Team Warga's Rage na ito yung kukunin nila for the mid lane. So, since they have Lulu kanina, nahirapang mag-decide ang team ng Warga's Rage dito kung sino yung gagawin nilang AP mid carry. And for the strategy of Team Meedo GHub, I'm thinking na ang ginagawa nila dito ay pinapahuli nilang kunin lagi yung kanilang AP carry dito para hindi siya maka-counter sa laban.
That's right. Alright, so looks like Lucian locked in by Warga's Rage. Of course, a while ago, Warga's Rage had Caitlyn. We're seeing a lot of champion picks coming from the other team, switching the pickups right now. A while ago, both Wukong and Lulu were used by Warga's, but this time around, the Lucian is being picked up by Warga's Rage. So it'll be really interesting to see how they perform on these champions. Okay, we see a Lucian lock in. It looks like there will be some bromance in the bottom lane, as both of these are mortal enemies in the game, but looks like for this game they'll be friends.
Yes, mga kaibigan, ito na sinasabi natin ngayon. Looking at the lineup of Team Meedo GHub, we have Nasus, Wukong, Nidalee, Graves, and Lulu for the team members of Meedo GHub. For the Warga's Rage, we have Shen, Pantheon, Ziggs, Lucian, and Thresh.
Yes, I just like to point out Graves is really strong now, especially once he hits level 6. They increased the base damage of his ultimate by about 50 or something like that. A huge damage increase in his ultimate, so I would be expecting them to be winning at the bottom lane if they are able to execute their plan properly. Actually,
looking at the lineup dito na Team Meedo GHub, with the bottom lane we have Graves and Lulu, both a champion having the poke damage potential against their opponent. Thresh and Lucian, a very safe pick for their team. And actually, when it comes to the aggressive playstyle, kapag tumama ang death sentence ni Raph, kanina nasaksihan natin yung maganda-gandang rocket grab from Raph dito. So, ganun din kaya ka-effective yung paggamit niya dito ng death sentence from Thresh? Or mahihirapan siya ngayon na mas mabagal yung pag-execute ng kanyang death sentence compared doon sa rocket grab kanina na meron itong si Blitzcrank?
It will be really hard to tell because maybe he might be more used to the speed of the Thresh.
Yes.
So his calculation may have been off with the Blitzcrank, but you never know. Plus, not to mention, the unity provided by the Thresh, the Lantern, and also the Flay could increase his chances of doing it more effectively with his hooks.
Eto na mga kaibigan, Jay, let's talk about the lineup of Team with Meedo GHub dito. We have Nasus, we have Wukong, we have Nidalee, we have Graves and Lulu. They have the poke potential champion having Nidalee para sa kanyang spear, poke down the enemy team dito. For if ever naman na mag-initiate sila, they have Nasus as well, mga kaibigan, taking that so much damage against the team members of Warga's Rage. Kaya niya saluhin lahat ng damage output dito. Kapag ginamit niya kanyang SS, he can just survive any team fight, lalo-lalo na sa late game.
Yes, that's
so,
right.
Kailangan lang gawin dito ni Sugo in the top lane ay kumuha ng CS, getting the stacks for his champion. And kapag nakuha siya ng enough stacks, I think he can carry the game kahit na mapugo ang ibang lanes dito from the members of Meedo GHub. For Warga's Rage naman, they have Shen, they have Pantheon, they have Ziggs, they have Lucian, and Thresh. When it comes to the burst damage, they have the AoE damage dito. Ang laki ng advantage nila. Meron silang crowd control coming from the skills of Thresh dito. The Grand Skyfall, even though kahit sobrang lapit na ng Grand Skyfall dito, malaki pa rin yung damage niya. Also, surprising pa din yung attack niya dito kung saan yung gank niya ay hindi mo aasahan. Actually, Pantheon and Shen line up dito. Once na ginamit niyo yung kanyang Grand Skyfall, possible na gamitin niyo yung Stand United.
Actually, I was about to say that. I'm hoping to see some really nice action coming from both the Shen and Pantheon, where Shen would cast his Stand United while Tufo is casting his Grand Skyfall. So the minute Pantheon falls into the enemy team, Shen can automatically instantly taunt the members of Team Meedo GHub. Of course, executing it is very hard and requires a lot of precision. Hopefully, we can see some action like that coming from Wargod's Rage.
Yes, ito na mga kaibigan, Team Wargod. So far, with this kind of lineup, Pantheon, if ever na mag-succeed yung kanyang mga gangs dito, they can dominate the lane in face of team members of Meedo GHub. But, when it comes to the ganking potential, Pantheon versus Wukong, Pantheon have the advantage. Meron kasi siyang stun, meron siyang yung spear damage, pag ginamit niya yung kanyang javelin throw, yung first kill niya dito, also to dominate the team fight sa laban nila. Plus, pinaka-effective sa kanya yung kanyang stun.
Yes, and he also has the highest base movement in the game, so he can definitely move faster around the map, allowing him to get to the correct positions faster compared to Wukong.
Yes, eto na mga kaibigan. Do you think in the bottom lane, I mean in the top lane dito, Nasus versus Shen, who will dominate the early part of the game?
I think it's gonna be mostly a farm fest for them both in the top lane. I don't really expect to see much action. Of course, Shen has a lot of way to sustain with his Vorpal Blades, while Nasus has his passive Soul Eater, if I'm not mistaken it's called, which gives him lifesteal at early levels. And definitely the Shen pickup against the Nasus is not really a good pickup, but it's not a bad pickup at the same time, because Shen will not be able to really stop Nasus from farming his Siphoning Strike.
Hindi siya mapipigilan na sobra sa paggawa ng kanyang mga stacks dito.
Exactly, which could make Nasus be very dangerous at the late game. Alright, so we're about to start the game. We're right now on the loading screen here, and they've got some pretty nice skins here for the second game. Actually,
like what I was trying to say kanina, Jay, for the lineup of the members of the Meedo GHub versus team ng Wargod's Rage dito, for the top lane guys, Nasus versus Shen, I think when it comes to the global presence, sobrang nakakatakot dito ang team members of Wargod's Rage.
Yes.
Meron silang Stand United, meron silang Mega Inferno Bomb, meron din silang Grand Skyfall. And even though napakalapit lang ng Grand Skyfall dito, gaya na sinabi ko kanina, Stand United can contribute very well dito. If ever na mag-gank dito in the bottom lane, once na mag-abot sila ng level 6, ito si Pantheon in the bottom lane using the Grand Skyfall. Stand United sabayan ng team members of Wargod's Rage dito, they can just respond and respond and respond. And I'm thinking na mahirapan dito na ma-counter ng team Meedo GHub ang laban nila pag nangyaring gank dito from Pantheon sa laban.
That's right. So it looks like Wargods will be using a very global. We're actually into the game right now. There is just a slight pause while they're probably fixing their settings before the game and making sure that everything's ready to go here. And I'm really excited to see this match because the Wargods definitely going for an absolutely completely different composition compared to them from the last game. Of course, Meedo GHub also going for a totally new lineup. A lot of poke, a lot of sustain coming from Meedo GHub at the same time, and utility as well. So it'll be really interesting to see if their composition could effectively stop Wargod's global presence.
Yes mga kaibigan, sa lahat ng mga ka-tune in pa lang, you're watching the Pro Gaming Series 2014 tiebreaker match between Team Wargod's Rage versus team ng Meedo GHub para sa slot natin sa ating Pro Gaming Series Season Split for the North Luzon area.
That's right.
Sa lahat ng mga di nakakaalam ng information about the Pro Gaming Series 2014 summer season, just visit the esports.garena.ph website. I mean the esports Garena Esports website. So check nyo lang lahat dyan yung recently posted na article. Dito nyo yun mga kaibigan. Doon lahat ng information kung sino yung mga teams na possible na maglalaban-laban for the season split this coming April 26.
Yes, I'd also like to point out, if you're also interested in joining the PGS, there's still the Challenger cutoff, which is next week. There's only one team so far in the Challenger ranked team. So if you really want to join, you can actually still make it if you have a strong team and you think you guys have the skills. All you have to do is play a range 5v5 rank and try to get that last slot. If ever there's more than one team, of course, we'll pick the top 2 teams to face off in this tournament.
So kailangan nyo lang maglaro ng League of Legends, form your team, 5 members for your team, and try to do your best to reach the challenger tier sa rank teams ninyo. Actually, and if ever na kayo yung magiging top 2 or sino yung top 2 teams na yun for challenger tournament this coming next week Sunday, kayo yung mapuproceed for the summer season split ng summer season natin sa Pro Gaming Series.
Yes, and actually just like the range 5v5 rank, you're allowed to have additional members. So the PGS allows you to have up to 8 members. So you can actually switch it around as long as you guys can reach the challenger. By that time, there should be no problem.
Yes mga kaibigan, habang naghihintay tayo ngayon dito, do you think Wargod's Rage can somehow dominate this game na ngayon? Kanina sobrang nalugi sila 33-4 score. Sobrang laki ng difference nila. Na outplayed sa top lane dito si Shyvana against kay Renekton in the mid lane as well.
Yes.
Bottom lane, hindi ganun ka-outplayed, pero dahil sa gank ni Jaja, ang laki ng advantage sila dito.
Yes, so it looks like the game will be resuming, so we should be able to start right now. We're into the game right now, and we're just waiting for our vision to go to the game. There we go.
Yes,
any second
visit
now.
mga kaibigan. Game muna tayo ngayon. Wargods Rage versus the members of the Meedo GHub.
Alright, so game 1 na tayo. As we can see here, Wargods Rage here all group up together. It looks like they may be wanting to do a level 1 engage. I wouldn't be surprised if they do so, because they have actually a very strong level 1 here. They've got the hook from Thresh, the stun from Pantheon, even the taunt from Shen. So if ever they do catch somebody from Meedo GHub, it could easily mean first blood for them.
Yes, mga kaibigan. Bayola na hanip ang kanyang buhay dito. 5 champion of the members of Wargods Rage chasing down 1 champion dito.
Yes, he spots the 5 members of Wargods Rage and backs away. As you can see here, there's a lot of pings coming from Meedo GHub warning.
Yes, he actually saw it. Nakita niya, napapunta doon ang the members of Wargods Rage dito kung saan, actually this point of time, nakita niya doon. Aware siya na may magkakaroon dito ng engage or tawag nating invade for the members of Wargods Rage dito, trying to get that first red buff for Jaja. And as I think dito, this time, Wargods Rage trying their best to shut down the jungle champion of team Meedo GHub.
Yes, it looks like Wargods will do a red steal here. It will just be a counter red steal coming from Meedo GHub, while 3 members of Meedo GHub are in the top. In fact, yes, so there's 2 members rather of Meedo GHub in the top lane right now. Shock's there, still throwing out some spears, actually connecting with one of the members.
Actually, Jay, napansin ko lang he have the Taurus Blade as his item dito. This is somehow effective in the laning phase. During the laning phase, he got taunted mga kaibigan. Tinamaan na death sentence si Shox dito. He was ignited as well. Tinamaan na spear coming from Tufo. 1 more hit. Bayer's been popped out. Ginamit nila dito ang kanyang flash and Bayer. Both a summoner spell burned for Nidalee.
Yes, and actually Viola still sticking around here to keep watching Wargods take the red buff. Probably might attempt to do a red seed here. Here we go. A taunt coming from Lyle here, connecting with Graves. Both of them forced to flash away here.
Out! And
very effective job coming from Meedo GHub, forcing 2 flashes from the 2 tanky members of Wargods here. Looks like there might be a lane swap coming from Team Wargods here. As you can see here, Thresh and Lucian are already in the top lane here, and they will probably try to force Sugoi to back away from increasing the siphoning strike coming from Sugoi. So
alam mo, Jay, at this point of time, medyo yung invade na nangyari kanina for team ng Wargods Rage, nag-invade sila dito. Instead of them having the advantage, actually ngayon sila sa nahihirapan, and Wargods Rage so far trying to get the jungle minions dito, 2-man team.
Yes.
This is kind of unusual. I think hindi niya na susubukan labanan dito ang bottom lane ng Meedo GHub.
Yes.
And he is trying to assist Pantheon para mag-level up. Unfortunately, sa ginagawa nilang to, mahihirapan silang mag-level pareho. Dahil pareho sila ngayon 3 minutes na tayo, mag-4 minutes na, pareho pa rin silang level 1. And yan. This was really got level 2. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, GHub pushing the first tier turret as soon as possible.
Right. I expect actually Meedo GHub's bottom lane to be very aggressive in pushing and not be passive. They need to take out this turret as fast as possible so they can take advantage of what the mistake that possibly that Wargods Rage is doing right now. Now, as you can see here, like you said, both Shen and Pantheon are still together here, holding hands, going around the jungle of Meedo GHub, trying to do an attempt of a gap
this is mga kaibigan, Jaja and Sugo is being chased down by the members of Wargods Rage. They have this flash out as well. At eto na sinasabi ko, first tier turret, the top lane. Wargods Rage trying to get the first tier turret dito.
Yeah, so it looks like Wargods going 4-man strong here in the top lane. They are still not able to pick up the top turret. And looks like they'll be sticking around here for a little bit longer here. And let's see here, Thresh, although with low life, should be able to provide enough support for the members of Wargods.
This is not a good idea for team ng Wargods Rage. I'm saying ito, sobrang magpapahirap sa kanila para manalo sila. But mga kaibigan, Lyle, ano ba kanyang buhay dito? Nag-teleport na kay Sugi, no top lane din naman. Nag-set si Jaja, he's taking so much damage. Ginamitan ng taunt, and Wargods Lyle got the first blood dito. Red buff from Wukong kanina, not enough to kill down the champions.
Alright, well, let's give them a chance. Maybe this might pay off in the later game, but based on my experience also as a player rather, most of the time when doing this, it's not really effective. Especially look at the free farm and push that Meedo GHub is doing here in the bottom lane. Absolutely no contest at all. The CS advantage is clear, the level advantage is clear, including the lane advantage of the tower will be clear for Meedo GHub at the start of the game. Alright, so it looks like finally Wargods Rage was able to pick up that top turret. Of course, we know the reason why it took longer for them to take it down is because at the first 8 minutes of the game, the top and middle turret has increased armor compared to the bottom lane turret.
And this time, mga kaibigan, Lyle responded to the bottom lane. He's trying to defend the second tier turret of their team. Nabitin mga kaibigan, meanwhile, Jaja chasing down Hall of Fame dito. Wala siyang mana para mapag-disengage, but still, meron pa siyang flash out. He's successfully disengage yung nabitin dito.
Yes, probably the best thing that came out of that strategy coming from Wargods Rage is that Shen was able to actually pick up the double buff from the first blood on GHub Jaja here. As like we said, Jaja, very weak jungler of Wukong rather, is a very weak jungler at the early level since he doesn't have any crowd control to help his team. All he can do is provide some damage here, and he probably has to start farming faster so he can hit level 6 ahead of Pantheon and make a lot of plays before Pantheon could do anything about it.
Yes, mga kaibigan. Let's see yung ating gold difference ngayon when it comes to the AD carries. 1,965 and 1,894 for Lucian dito. So, hindi ganun kalaki yung kanilang difference, but still, almost mawawasak na yung tower din in the bottom lane, second tier turret ng team members of the Wargods Rage. And Meedo GHub Sugo in the top lane naman as well, mga kaibigan, trying his best para makakuha ng kanyang stacks sa kanyang damage output.
Yeah, so Wargods deciding to return to the normal lane roles right now. As you can see here, Wargods Lyle on Shen is back in the top lane while the two members of Wargods Rage are at the bottom lane trying to push while both Graves and Lulu will return back to lane.
At ngayon mga kaibigan, level 3, level 4 na si Lyle against Sugoy na level 5 o level 6 na. In the bottom lane mga kaibigan, Wargods Rage can have the slight advantage into getting that level sa laban. So, and I think, napakalaki nung risk nung ginawa kanina ng team ng Wargods Rage. And alam mo sa League of Legends, gaya na sinabi natin before sa mga streams natin, hindi ka talaga sobrang maiiwan sa level. Dahil kapag napansin ng system na sobrang gap ka sa level, you have the bonus experience.
That's
so ito yung inabuso to ng Team Wargods. So Team Wargods Rage, so as much as possible, they're trying their best na makahabol sa level nila ngayon. Dito mga kaibigan, Kinzon trying to Jaja trying to conquer the top lane. Tinamaan death sentence mga kaibigan si Kinzon dito the bottom lane. He's taking so much damage. Ginamit na niya ngayon ng kanyang Thirsty dito ignited mga kaibigan. Bayer still not on cooldown for Kinzon dito. Viola have to use that Glitter Lance and Heavy Mix as well para mapag-disengage sa laban to.
That's right. Alright, so Lulu actually picking up a Dorn Shield. Being very tanky. The harass coming from Thresh not doing that much damage here. As you can see, Meedo GHub Kinzon trying to pick up the double golems right now with the help of course of Viola. Giving him of course keeping the CS pretty close between the two members.
Let's set mga kaibigan si Viola. He's taking so much damage like what we're seeing ngayon with that smoke from Kinzon. Napaka-aggressive na kanyang place dito. Ginamit na niya ngayon ang Dark Passage. He's trying to run first type mga kaibigan. Flashing from 2-4. But Sugo, you have to use that SS. Nitali trying to respond to bottom lane. And ito na mga kaibigan, 3 vs 3 champions. He got the life of Raph in the bottom lane. Wargods can taking so much damage dito mga kaibigan. Double kill. 4 shocks in the bottom lane. And this is mga kaibigan, Jaja trying to respond. And it's a 2-4 exchange in favor of team members of the Meedo GHub.
Yes, and this is the reason why a while ago, like you said, that lane swap or that strategy coming from Wargods was not good is because they had no tower to go back to. And because of that, they had no choice but to stay there and fight the Nidalee. And Nidalee, of course, with the high mobility, was able to take down the two bottom lane members of Wargods Rage right now. And of course, 4 members of Wargods here picking up the dragons for themselves.
This is it mga kaibigan, they successfully got the first dragon of this match mga kaibigan. Dinamitan na ngayon ni Viola kanyang second skill for 2-4 dito. Stand United just in time. Killzone goes down. 1-point exchange na ngayon. OX has been backed up by Rage Ken dito. One more hit for Light. Para dito kay Shax. He still have the red and blue buff dito. He's taking so much damage. Spears been popped out and kills it, mga kaibigan. It's a 3-4-2 ang score natin sa laban na to. Hall of Fame got disconnected.
That's right. Alright, so we're gonna have a short pause right now as we wait for one of those members of the team to reconnect back into the game here. Of course, Meedo GHub have the slight advantage right now with about a 700 gold lead over Wargods because of that the CS, I think, and the 1 kill pickup they have over Wargods Rage right now. Alright, so we're just gonna wait for the members of players to reconnect into the game right now. And looking at the items so far, I think you see Nasus is already have a slight advantage over Shen at the moment, and the global presence coming from the team Wargods is not yet available, since most of them, or actually it's already available since they've all hit level 6 already. Right now, Shox is all alone here in the mid lane with a large minion wave. Should be able to do a lot of damage here. Granted, you see his Grand Skyfall. Looks like he cancelled it.
Cancelled, mga kaibigan. Meedo GHub, Shox is beating, trying to chase down Hall of Fame. You have to use that second skill dito. At Spear just in time. Meedo GHub, Shox got the life of Hall of Fame in the mid lane.
Yes, I feel like him staying around, stopping it throughout a bomb was not really a good call for him. And because of that, a perfect spear coming from Meedo GHub, Shox, giving him a 4-0. Actually, all the kills so far of Meedo GHub are on Nidalee, so this will be very dangerous for Wargods if this continues to happen. Actually, Meedo GHub Shox still has the double buff at the moment.
Jaja have to block the bottom Meedo. He got the red buff. Ram is being chased down. They have to use the box as well. Pinamitan na ngayon ng smoke. Smoke bomb from Kins in the bottom lane. And yes, one champion goes down. And I think 5-2 ang ating score ngayon. In favor pa rin sa team members of Meedo GHub. Level 6 na si Jaja. And so far ngayon, with that Cyclone, the crowd control for their team ay somehow napakalaki na ngayon.
That's right. So like I mentioned a while ago, Graves' ultimate has received the buff, and you can see the burst damage it now provides. Was able to easily burst down the thresh there in that last fight. Shock there, going a very aggressive on Ziggs, forcing him to go back. At the rate the game is going, they really need to do something about Nidalee. If they're not, Meedo GHub might actually pick up another win and actually win the series.
Yes, eto na mga kaibigan na sinasabi natin ngayon. Hall of Fame can do anything para mapag-defend ng mid first threat for the team. 5-2 ang ating score. Ang ating goal difference ay halos 3K or 3.5K favor of team members of the Meedo GHub.
Yes, and another thing that Wargods have to pay attention is Nasus right now. As you can see here, of course, Shen can't really do that much damage to Nasus even in the early game, and because of this, Nasus should be able to stack up his stacks on his Siphoning Strike, and of course, once he gets really strong in the late game, he probably might be able to burst down easily members of Wargods GHub.
Kapag nakakita ko ng ganitong matchup in the top lane, Nasus versus Shen, it's all about how you will survive the laning phase dito. Ang mahirap dito, pag you are against Nasus, hindi ka pwedeng maging passive eh. Yes. Hindi ka pwedeng hindi maging aggressive kasi habang tumatagal yung laban, habang nakipagsabayan ka sa farm sa kanya, is getting the stock na kailangan niya.
That's right.
This is mga kaibigan, Killzone versus Rage, Ken the bottom lane, ginamit ang cycle to top lane mga kaibigan. You have to use the taunt as well. You have to use that flash out para makapag-disengage. Grand Skyfall yung top of mga kaibigan the bottom lane. Rage, that Ken goes down, ginamit ang kanyang stun in the bottom lane, pero hindi siya umabot doon. Shox and Viola in the bottom lane against kay Tufo and Raph in the bottom lane. He was ignited mga kaibigan. One more hit. Successfully kito na champion mga kaibigan. Responde from Fame dito. Shox still chasing down one champion. One more hit. You have this that bounce. A hit from Shox dito. Double kill for his champion. Albayas din top up mga kaibigan. One more normal hit for Hall of Fame. He was shut down. And I think it's a double kill for his champion. If ever na ma-chase down niya, itong si Viola in the bottom lane mga kaibigan. Still have enough mana para makuha ang buhay dito ni Viola. Viola taking so much damage mga kaibigan, and wala siyang mana dito. One more bomb for Hall of Fame. It's a double kill for his champion.
That's right.
2 for non-exchange. Wargods happy so far. Nakabawi sila sa laban na yun.
Actually, Shen was about to die, and he actually was able to use his Stand United to protect the members at the bottom lane, but it was not enough But at the end, I think it turned out okay since Zig was able to pick up 2 kills for it. Alright, so it looks like back into the game here. The kill lead, of course, is still in favor of Meedo GHub. 9-5 here with a 3.5k gold advantage in their favor, and it's a little bit big at this early in the game again. Although this time around, Wargad's GHub Wargad's Rage rather, doing a good job of keeping the game closer. Alright, so it looks like Pantheon is trying to tank down here the blue golem here, giving up the blue buff to Hall of Fame here, and Hall of Fame has to be really careful not to give up this blue buff again to Nidalee, because Nidalee is really very powerful in the game right now, going 6-1-0. Is behind a little bit in CS, but those kills he's picked up definitely gives him an advantage over Zig. Right, in the top lane here we have Nasus still farming very well his siphoning strike, and as long as he keeps doing this, they should
ito na mga kaibigan, ginamit ako ng second skill naman. That sentence si Bayola dito. Ginamit na ngayon ang kanyang Grand Skyfall. Kinson's about to go down. Ginamit na kanyang Elsa Swell. Flashes from 2-4 to stun Kinson. Jaja trying to respond. Half finish that Cyclone Swell. And he goes down. 2-4 goes down. One for an exchange na ito mga kaibigan. Teleport from Sugoi. He slowed down Ken. Ken in the bottom lane. Rage. A rough trap in the bottom lane to step behind 4 against 1 champion. And I think it's a 3-4-1. Exchange in favor of Team Meedo GHub.
Yes, actually, when we take a look at the stacks that Nasus has accumulated so far, I think he's acquired quite a number already. At the moment, he has, how many is that?
201.
201, so that's a pretty big number in 15 minutes in the game. So it's like you said, being very passive Shen in the top lane allowed Nasus to increase the burst damage coming from the siphoning strike.
I think the teleport summoner spell is to compensate the stand united from Lyle dito.
Yes.
Sige, use that stand united. Use stand united, and I have the teleport summoner spell para mag-respond the spell in the bottom lane dito. So that gave him the advantage of somehow countering the gank coming from Lyle sa laban ko.
That's right. Alright, stand united being used by Lyle here to protect Ziggs. Good call coming from him, saving the life. He has to be careful though. The spear could still land. There we see the spear actually hitting Pantheon instead. Now Lyle is getting harassed by Shox here. As you can see, Shox really painful at the moment. A spear coming out, another connection going to Lyle. Both members should be very careful. One more spear could mean their life. Good job, they're able to get away from it.
Never back down mga kaibigan si Shox sa mga pagkakataong ito. Still using that spear para magbigay ng damage output against his opponent. At this point in time mga kaibigan, 12-6 ang score natin. Kalahati ang score. Kalahating score ng Team Meedo GHub. Ang score ngayon ng Team Rage. Dapat nila at this point of time mga kaibigan, mukhang nahihirapang makabawi ang team ng Rage against team ng Meedo GHub.
That's right. Alright, so it looks like Nasus continuing to farm up his siphoning strike there. As you can see here, he's actually picked up the Frozen Heart as his first item, and of course the Kinta Gem to increase his cooldown reduction. Those two items alone provide him 30% cooldown reduction. Probably he has another 5 from his runes and masteries, and because of that, he has about 35% cooldown reduction, a lot of cooldown reduction so early in the game.
And this is mga kaibigan, death sentence for Bayola dito. One more hit mga kaibigan, ginamit ang kanyang Grand Skyfall, but he still chases until 1 champion with the last hit from Meedo GHub. Shox and mid-lane dito, just in time nakapag-respond siya. A response from Jaja as well, ginamit ang kanyang Cyclone, 2 champion goes down. Double kill for Jaja, and it's a 3-4 na exchange in favor of team na Meedo GHub once again.
Yes, and a while ago we were talking about the global presence from Wargad's with the Shen, Pantheon, and Zig. It doesn't seem to be very effective on the lineup of Meedo GHub here, right? As you can see, the kill advantage is still in favor of Meedo GHub, and a taunt coming from Lyle who slowed down Nasus, but Nasus being very tanky, forcing it.
I don't think he can win against Lyle, especially nandun siya malapit sa kanyang second third turret. Pero if ever nawala yung second third turret na yun, he can still chase down Lyle dito, but
plus the ignite coming from Shen, so
actually, napakalaking tulong sa kanya yung Sunfire Cave niya. Not only that, yung kanyang Negatron Cloak as well para mag-compensate dito sa damage, sa magic damage ng mga galing sa kanyang AoE skill itong si Nasus.
That's right. So it looks like Shen should be okay here in the top lane, just farming again using his Vorpal Blade to pick up those minions here. Nasus has already went back to base to pick up a few more items. He's probably waiting for a little bit gold before picking up anything here. Shox probably gonna continue roaming here, throwing out the spear. Did not connect though to Thresh here, although the spears coming from Nidalee are very painful already at this part of the game, and At this rate, I feel like 8-1 and 2, very dangerous Nidalee so far.
Yes, mga kaibigan, for this item, we have the setups in the embrace. And actually, sa mga recent patches natin, medyo naging uso na talaga yung unholy teams for Nidalee. Pero ngayon, he got the setups embrace for his item. In 19, he's very effective. Not only kaya niya mag-sustain sa damage of magagaling for the members of Vargas Rage, he can also survive the shield, with the shield and the barrier as well. Pag pinagsama niya to, napakalaki ng HP na malalagdag sa kanya, every time magkakaroon ng mga teamfight dito. And he can just use that spear, poke down, 80 members of Vargas Rage dito. Hall of Fame so far mga kaibigan, with a 2-1-0. Hindi siya ganun na naiiwan, pero when it comes to the difference between his champion and Shocks dito, ang laki ng difference.
That's right.
Item-wise, having the setups embrace, having kind of item dito, kanyang, wala yun, no? Kung saan he can dish out so much damage using that spear, and yung generation na mangyayari, or from Lyle, I think mawawala na sobra to, kasi nga, napakalaki ng damage output niya.
Yes, and Meedo GHub has the map advantage right now. They've already picked up 4 towers of Wargad's Rage, right? While Wargad's Rage only picking up that 1 tower which they did a while ago with that 4-man push coming from Wargad. As you can see here, Shocks being the killer. It looks like a disconnection coming from Ziggs, so there will be a slight pause as we wait for the Hall of Fame to reconnect back into the game.
So Jay, ano sa tingin mo dapat kunin ng na item dito ni Shen? Is it a good idea to get the Banshee's Veil or get the Spirit Visage first?
Looking at the lineup of Wargad, I think he probably want to go for the Banshee's Veil, especially with those spears coming from Nidalee. He's going to be the frontliner, and if he receives a spear right away as he engages, it'll be very hard for him to tank the rest of the damage from Meedo GHub. And looking at the composition, I feel like the lineup of Wargad's Rage is actually really good. The only problem is I feel like their teamwork is not very coordinated that yet. As you can see here, their team fights have been a little bit messy, and always Meedo GHub always responds very quickly into those team fights, and the rest of the members of Wargad aren't able to follow up properly. Well,
for me naman, I think, gaya sinabi mo kanina, yes, they have the advantage, they have the good lineup dito. Maganda yung lineup nila. They have, kaya naman yung mga gank nila sa bottom lane, halos magsasucceed na lahat. Unfortunately, good counter, good respond for team members of Meedo GHub dito. Every time na magkoconnect yung mga skills dito ng team of Vargas Rage, they have the damage output from the Meedo GHub, or they have the counter gank. Nandito si Nidalee, nandyan si teleport coming from Sugoy, the top lane, and then nababaliktad kagad yung team fight na nangyayari.
That's
right. At ang nangyayari dito, Hall of Fame trying his best to respond at makatulong, pero hindi siya umaabot. At ang nagagamit na niya dito ng skill ay yung kanyang Magna Inferno Bomb. At paano kung nag-miss pa yung Magna Inferno Bomb niya? Hindi siya ganoon na makakapag-contribute na maayos sa mga teamfight na mangyayari.
That's right. So far, the global composition of Wargods has not been very effective yet, like I mentioned a while ago. Another thing probably that's weak about that is that the cooldowns of global spells are very long compared to other ultimates. So this is another factor that if they do not make their global presence count, they will definitely be on a big setback once the team fight happens. Alright, so we're still waiting for Hall of Fame to reconnect into the game. Still has not yet connected, and while we're waiting here, looking at the lineup, let's go through the rundown. CS advantage going to almost every member of Meedo GHub here. Of course, the only one with the advantage on the Wargad's Rages right now is the Ziggs, because of the incredible farm rate that Ziggs, or the push potential of Ziggs with his bouncing bombs and his mines. But of course, Nidalee, with his high mobility, has been able to roam around the map and picked up 8 kills, which is more than half the kills of Meedo GHub so far.
Actually, at this point of time, Wargas Rage still have the chance to win this game if ever na ma-execute talaga nila na maayos ang kanilang skills at mag-stick nila together to gank any champion from the Meedo GHub. And unfortunately ngayon kasi lahat ng gank na nangyayari sila sa kanila ay naka-counter kagad. And every time na naka-counter sila, ang laki ng difference na nangyari. At this point of time, 15-6 na ang ating score. 1 minute left bago mabuhay ang ating dragon. Second dragon of this game. Kanina yung first dragon na punta sa Meedo GHub. Kita-kita mo yung difference na itong 7 or 8k gold difference na to, nakita lang natin tong difference na to sa pagkuha ng turrets, sa pagkuha ng dragon kanina, and also yung mga assist, yung mga response talaga na nanggaling sa Meedo GHub.
That's right.
Sa ating mga naghihintay mga kaibigan, unfortunately, medyo natatagalan tayo sa paghihintay for Hall of Fame, disconnection sa ating game. So, hintayin tayo mga kaibigan, and sa ating mga ka-tuning pa lang, you're watching the Pro Gaming Series 2014 tiebreaker match between Team Meedo GHub versus Team ng Wargods Rage para sa ating summer season split.
Yes, and we'd also like to thank our sponsors this season. Of course, we have Smart's GameX feature, which allows you to buy Garena shells and EPNs with your load anytime, anywhere. And of course, Razer for providing our peripherals for this tournament. Alright, so we're just going to have to wait a few more minutes for Hall of Fame to reconnect into the game. Hopefully, he should be joining us shortly.
Yes, I would like to take this opportunity para bukas na meron tayong laban between Team IPT versus Team ng Wargods.
Yes, another tiebreaker. This is for first place position of the last PGS.
This is the spring
split.
season.
Yes.
So kung sino man nanalo bukas, sila talaga yung magiging champion for the Pro Gaming Series 2014 spring season.
So don't forget to tell your friends to come and watch. Of course, it'll be very exciting to see the top two, or yeah, they're top two right now since
top
they're tied.
Teams. Actually,
yes.
In the Philippines ngayon
yes.
They're the top 2 teams kasi sila syempre yung umangat sa ating Pro Gaming Series 2014 spring season, and makikita natin dito na dun mo mahasa yung talagang magagaling sa competitive scene.
And another thing that'll be really interesting about that match is the transfer of 2 Mineski players over to IPT. I don't know if they'll be playing in the tournament tomorrow, but actually they have 2 new members, IPT Kaigu and IPT Snoy, transferring from Team Mineski. Of course, Mineski was these 2 players from Mineski were the representatives of the Philippines last World 2013.
So mga kaibigan, magkakaroon tayo ng short break, and we'll be right back after a few minute break mga kaibigan. Stay tuned na kayo dyan habang hinihintay natin ang laban natin sa pagitan ng Team Wargods versus Team ng Meedo GHub. Bigan Inversor, sa nangyari kanina, nagkaroon tayo ng medyo technical difficulties. At if I'm not mistaken, nagkaroon ng connection issue kanina sa side ni Hall of Fame. Pero ito na mga kaibigan, game na ulit tayo ngayon. Meedo GHub trying their best to push down or to get the second tier in the mid lane dito. Death sentence.
Not connecting.
For Bayola, pero tumama dito sa minion.
That's right. Alright, so Hall of Fame going down to about less than half health right now from the poke coming from Shock right now. As you can see, Shock's using his heal to sustain his HP. Sugoi here still increasing his siphoning strike farm here.
Actually, Jay, at this point of time, when you are against an Italy, you can't let your team got poked down ng sobra dito. Ang kailangan gawin mo, unahan kagad sila.
That's right. Looks like Chen might be a little bit in trouble here. As you can see here, protection coming from Hall of Fame, putting the mines to protect Shen. Shen will be able to escape from this, but it looks like another third will be taken away from War God's Rage. Alright, so Shock's here, trying to apply some pressure here. Ultimate coming from Diggs here, and
Grand Skyfall mga kaibigan, sinabayan pa dito na Stad United. Ginuwitan na stun si Lyle. Doon si Bayola. Bayola taking so much damage with that stun coming from the members of Hall of Fame. The Rage dito. Cyclone. GHub. Jaja goes down. It's a 1 for an exchange na ngayon in favor of team ng Wargas Rage. Lyle taking so much damage mga kaibigan. Shock still nandito sa may ilalim ng base of the members of Wargas Rage dito. You have to use the flash out mga kaibigan. And it's a 1-for-1 in total. And I think Wargas Rage have to disengage sa laban na to to regenerate and makabawi kapag balik nila dito sa laban nila. They got the third tier turret mga kaibigan na top dito. Spear still being given by Shocks dito sa top lane. And I think medyo kulang siya sa mga regeneration.
That's right. It looks like Meedo GHub will have to back up and go back to base to heal up. Probably pick a few items. You're able to pick up 2 turrets in that last push there. I'm sorry, 3 turrets actually in a row, and that should give them a large chunk of gold here. As you can see here, he's on stealing away the red buff of Wargad's Rage there. A hook coming from Thresh, not connecting with Graves. Graves should be safe for the going back to base.
Shanks trying his best to get the second dragon of this game mga kaibigan. And as you can see, di ganun kabilis na mamatay kagad yung dragon ngayon. Sobrang kailangan ng 2-man team at least, or if ever na mag-isa ka man na lalaban sa dragon dito, you have to take time talaga na makuha yung dragon na yun. So kailangan mo mag-set ng maayos dito, kailangan marami kang wards at just to make sure na makuha mo yung dragon ng successfully sa laban na to.
That's right. And Shugo is helping Jaja pick up the red buff for himself. Looks like the red buff will still be with Jaja here. Jaja will be going back to base here. Right now, Ken and Hall of Fame are in the mid lane. Still have not put down the third of Meedo GHub here in the mid lane. They will be going back to base here. I feel like Meedo GHub definitely have the strong gold lead and the item they need to end this game if they planned it properly here. Looks like they may need them a Baron before going on for endgame. As you can see here, 4 members of Meedo GHub are already here in the Dragon Pit area here. While Nasus will be doing a split push strategy and probably teleport.
Still have to teleport mga kaibigan for Summoner Spell. At ito na, Meedo GHub getting the first Baron of this match mga kaibigan. Hindi enough in damage output coming from Jaja, from Kitson para makuha yung ward doon. But Shen have to use that Stad United mga kaibigan for 2-4 dito. They don't have a smite. Both teams dito. But Jaja having that smite mga kaibigan. Ginamit ang kanyang Grand Skyfall na still mga kaibigan. Hall of Fame. Ang Grand Baron na yun. 1 champion goes down. It's a 1-1 exchange mga kaibigan. At nanganip 2 champion na goes down dito. Double kill for Nitari or for Shax. It's triple kill for his champion. Quadra kill mga kaibigan with that spear coming from his champion. And it's an ace if Sugoi successfully killed down Lyle dito.
Pentakill for Italy! Come on, give the
pentakill, pero hindi.
An 8 for Meedo GHub, yeah.
They don't want to give a pentakill for Shocks dito. Pero napakalayo nga naman niya.
Yes.
Siguradong favor na sa kanya mga buntayan. It's an unofficial pentakill.
Yes. Alright, so it looks like Shocks actually tanking the third for Meedo GHub.
Is it mga kaibigan, the replay of the game.
Yes, as you can see here, Pantheon trying to escape with the Gun Skyfall. Shen's doing everything he can to stop. As soon as Pantheon falls down, Wukong uses his ultimate to knock off Pantheon. Pantheon goes down easily, and of course immediately jumps over the wall and takes down Thresh very quickly, including Ken. Spear going straight into Hall of Fame, and Hall of Fame unable to escape that. Thresh still alive here. Triple kill already for Nidalee. Nidalee, of course, going around and throws another spear. Perfect timing, picking up the
Untot mga kaibigan sa spear dito, pero habang nangyayari yung replay na yun, nagkaroon na palitan. Magna Inferno Bomb has been popped out, pero he goes down as well. It's a shutdown for Lyle in the mid lane dito, and it's a 2-4-4 exchange in favor of team ng Meedo GHub. I think it's a straight push na to mga kaibigan to end this game and get the slot for the season split of summer season ng Pro Gaming Series.
That's right. Now, 2 members of Wargad's Rage are alive now. Few more seconds though on the other 3 members, but it doesn't look like Meedo GHub will be forcing this. They decide to back away, and I feel like probably they may go ahead and buy 2 more items once again. Surprisingly, the Baron buff of GHub is already gone. I'm not sure if it's a bug. Is it a visual bug? There's no more Baron buff on Meedo GHub right now.
I think since naubos lahat sila ng mga nangyari after nung team fight, di ba? Na quadra kill ni Nidalee kanina, and also they got the champion na si na-ace sila kanina after that team fight. And actually at this point of time, Meedo GHub can surely win this game kapag tinapos nila ito or straight push to end this game sa Nexus.
That's right. Alright, so it looks like Wargods will try their best to defend this game. I don't know if they can still turn this around. Of course, their composition does allow them to do this, but with the gold lead and item advantage Meedo GHub has, it'll be very hard for them to
kaibigan, for the members of Wargad's Rage dito, Grand Skyward is top of mga kaibigan. They're chasing down Kinzo na flashing from 2-4. 4 champion against 5 champion dito mga kaibigan, pero nagkaroon tayo ng konting lag. Cycle from Meedo GHub, Jaja has been out of dead sentence mga kaibigan. The box has been nahuli si Bayola. Bayola, 1 more hit. Tinamaan ng Magna Inferno Bomb. 2 champion of the Meedo GHub goes down, pero Sugoy is still surviving. The damage output coming from the Wargad's Rage dito. 1 more hit. Yes, it goes down as well. It's a 2-4-2 exchange na mga kaibigan. Tinamaan ng spear for the last hit is a 3-4-2 exchange na. Hall of Fame have to use that second as well para mapag-disengage. He got Meedo GHub, 2 champion Meedo GHub got stunned, pero still Hall of Fame can't do anything from the spear coming from Shox. It's a 4-4-2 exchange, and I think it's a win for the team members for the team member of Meedo GHub para matapos na laban ito.
That's right, Shox going 14-1-5 in this game again, being probably the MVP for a second time around. Doing a really good job here. As you can see here, Shen won't be able to do anything to stop these 2 members. Of course, Thresh was able to land his hook, but I think it's a little bit too late for them to stop. Actually, the second Nexusers go down. Pantheon is already alive here, and we're gonna have to see if they'll be able to end this. Looks like it's not yet over. Wargods are defending the base as much as best they can. Sugoi, of course, being very tanky. Looks like we'll be able to
land it. Mga kaibigan, Nexus goes down, and it's finally, it's been decided mga kaibigan, Meedo GHub will proceed sa ating Pro Gaming Series 2014 Summer Season Split.
Yes, so congratulations to Meedo GHub for winning 2 games in a row in our series for a tiebreaker match. Of course, MVP will go again to Meedo GHub Shox in the mid lane, doing a really good job, going 15-1-5. Those spears were just excellent, and I can't believe how those spears connected, especially when they were escaping. He was able to throw them at perfect timing.
Yes, very good job for Team Meedo GHub, especially kay Shox. Earning up at 15-1 score dito sa laban nila against the members of Wargad's Rage dito. Still, it's a good job for team ng Wargad's Rage, especially earning their way to the Challenger tournaments para lang makaabot sa Pro Gaming Series Season Split. And this time mga kaibigan, Meedo GHub finally will go to the Summer Season Split ng ating Pro Gaming Series this season. So this coming April 26 mga kaibigan, sa lahat ng mga aspiring teams for the Pro Gaming Series, stay tuned na kayo, mayroon pa tayong mga laban-laban na mangyayari. Bukas, finals match ng IPT versus team ng Wargods.
Yes,
so ito talaga yung
for
decision.
First place, yes, between IPT and Wargods.
This is IPT and Wargods. Tak na sa isip natin, this is IPT and Wargods. Sobrang lalaking pangalan when it comes to the competitive scene of League of Legends. And
yes,
mga kaibigan, I'm Spear.
And I'm Jay.
Salamat sa lahat na mga nag-tune in ngayong araw. Congratulations Team Meedo GHub. Good luck sa mga susunod na laban. Wargad's Rage, congratulations as well. Napakalaking achievement na yung makatungtong kayo dito,
yes,
sa ating Pro Gaming Series. Even it is only a tiebreaker, you still prove yourselves para makaabot sa stasyon nyo ngayon or sa kung nasan kayo ngayon.
Actually, in terms of composition picks, okay naman yung picks nila. I think they just have to work on their teamwork and probably communication. Feeling ko they may have lacked communication. That's why they weren't doing so well. But then again, congratulations again to Meedo GHub for winning the games, and we'll see you soon in the next tournament.
Yes, thank you very much mga kaibigan for watching. I'm Sphere.
And I'm Jay.
Kita tayo ulit bukas sa laban ng IPT versus ng War Gods.